I'm running to be your vice president. Let me just lay out my platform. It's extremely simple. I want to have more interaction between student government and the student body. So what does that mean, right? I want to bring back Wildcat Wednesday. First and foremost, I want to have music playing on the lawn. The first week of school, I want to have a spirit week. Everyone knows the first week of school, to be frank guys, it sucks. It's terrible. Everyone's depressed. The new freshmen hate it. So why don't we start the year off, with a good tone, have a spirit week, right? So why do I want to be vice president? One, it's entirely passion for me. A lot of people run for student government because they want to pad their resumes, right? For me, that's not the issue at all, right? For me, it's not the issue at all. It's entirely about passion. I love service and I love serving people. I also think that I have a really unique capacity to empathize with the student body. I'm a really close friend group. I don't know how many people can say that they're chiefs of staff in football
Body Vice President this upcoming school year. This past year I was an SGA senator, so I actually have been helping out with events such as Wildcat Wednesdays, Homecoming, and Dance Marathon. So I do have some experience with SGA. This next year I'm hoping to do more and become more involved as Vice President. East is already a really great environment, but I do recognize that there are some areas that we need to improve upon. So I just want to build upon the great qualities that East already has to make it even better than it is. So thank you all for coming out, and I hope to share my vision for next year with you all.
Thank you. Right, so first question, we'll start with Grace. How will you continue to promote student involvement concerning the arts, sports, and clubs?
So for one thing, something that I want to do to promote student involvement in the school is have tournaments throughout the year, little events such as basketball tournaments, kickball tournaments to get the students involved, and then at the same time do fundraising to raise money for clubs, the arts, and SGA events like Dance Marathon. So by doing this, not only will we raise money for these events, but also increase school participation and make a better community at our school. I also want to increase communication between SGA and the students so that we can make sure that SGA is doing what the students want.
Same question to me.
Yeah.
So I don't think that the issue is necessarily communication or fundraising. I largely think that it's student apathy. Right now, students are not incentivized to actually attend arts or sports events. So there's a few things we can do, right? One, I think we need to incentivize, right? Offering raffles, maybe, if you attend a certain number of arts events. Offering certain perks. Also personalizing the players, right? Jay Ridenbark, for instance, great man, right? Jay Ridenbark's a great guy, but a lot of people might not know necessarily that he's on the football team. A lot of people that he's friends with might not want to come out because they don't necessarily make the connection that he puts in the time, he puts in the effort, so we need to celebrate his effort. The same goes with Bryce, Nathan, Max Butler. Right? These are all people that are in our community, right? That frankly we need to make it more of a celebration of the actual actors. I have a passion for both athletics.
Please, Monica Davis, please report to room 187. Monica Davis, please report to room 187.
I think that it's important to recognize also that I have a connection to both arts and athletics, right? I do play on our football team. I played golf. I played lacrosse for 2 years, right? I'm also in chiefs of staff. We actually had a chorus last night. It was a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone here that came out. I think I see a few faces that I recognize. And it was a lot of fun to perform. And I think that honestly incentivizing is the only plan. It's not about funding. It's not about communication. It's about getting kids to actually get over just not caring.
That you can rebuttal, so you have 30 seconds to reply to your opponent only if you want to, and then they have 30 seconds to reply as well. So you can do that for this question right now, but you don't have to for any other question. Do you want to do the next question or rebuttal?
Can you rebuttal?
Excuse me?
Can you answer rebuttal?
Yeah. So do you want to rebut? Okay. All right. You have 30 seconds.
So for one thing, he didn't mention any of the girls' sports. That is a really big thing at our school. We have with the lacrosse team, team, there's also softball, girls basketball, girls soccer, like those are all really good here. But also with incentivizing, I think that it shouldn't be like we're rewarding these students for being a part of their school community. It's something that they should want to do, and that's something that we should promote rather than rewarding them for doing something that they should be doing as students at East.
And then
Saying that they should want to do it intrinsically is great, but it doesn't accomplish anything, right? Students right now are apathetic. East has a very, and this is not obviously to slight the student government, I don't mean that in any way, but East does have it has an almost toxic environment regarding athletics. And women's sports are clearly important, right? But I celebrate all sports. Those are just the sports that came to mind. Obviously, yes, our field hockey team is amazing, right? Our women's lacrosse team is fantastic, and I have friends on both. But it's important to see that student government actually incentivizes kids to come out to, for instance, like when East is a state championship lacrosse game.
Question 2, starting with Sky. Have you ever been to Dance Marathon? Feel free to elaborate on your experience.
So Chief of Staff was actually invited to perform at the last Dance Marathon. Unfortunately, I was not able to go. I had a Model UN conference where I was competing for East Chapel Hill. Thankfully, though, we did perform fairly well for the Model UN conference, so it wasn't all for loss. I saw a couple people here who competed in that, and they were with me. I really wish that I could have gone. I know that a lot of people had fun in it. Anyone who saw me at prom knows that I love dancing. Yes,
is that it?
yeah.
All right, thank you.
I didn't want to tell you.
All right, Grace?
So I actually have not attended the Dance Marathon last year. I was out of town for a volleyball tournament, and then this past year I was out of town for Chinese New Year. I went to New York to be with my mom. But both years I did really want to attend, and I actually bought tickets both years, even though I wasn't able to go. I still bought my ticket to support the cause, and I'm looking forward to attending the Dance Marathon next year too.
Alright, question 3, starting with Grace. What will the people gain from voting you that they won't from other candidates?
So I'm really outgoing, so I love talking with like other students, and so for me, I want to be a voice for the students. I want to be able to communicate what they want to student government so that we can make it better for them in case that like what we're doing isn't really what they want. And then also I'm really organized and I'm a good planner, so I would be able to help plan more events that the students would enjoy, such as the tournaments that I talked about earlier, or like boys versus girls sports teams, like we could do games like that. So like because I am a good planner, I would be able to help do that.
So as a broad from my opening statement, I think I have a really wide cross-section of friends, right? I don't think many people can say that they're friends with both, Hank Gerber and Babu and Liam and Ben Daniels, right? And Quinn and Joe. I think that maybe not, I don't know, they might not be friends with me. But that being said, I think that like the really wide assortment of friends that I have gives me a unique perspective on the student body. Also, the number of activities that I do, I think that it really allows me to empathize with each and every student, Chiefs of staff, those kids are very different from the football team, right? So by having that kind of diverse friend group, I think that it really gives me a unique perspective on the students here at East. Something that I don't think you would find from a lot of other candidates.
That's right, Sal.
Alright, the fourth and final question, starting with Skylar. Since student government will no longer be a class next year, how do you envision SGA for next year?
So SGA, I want to see more participation with the already existing student clubs. One thing really unique about East, and this is more speaking towards the arts, is how many gifted and talented artists we have at East. One of the things that I first noticed walking into the school is the number of murals that we have throughout the school. I think that's really great. I want to see more funding go into arts programs. That necessarily wouldn't require a classroom setting to actually plan all that out, right? Moreover, I think that I've learned through the past couple of years how to delegate time well enough to where I do not think that I would struggle not having a classroom environment. T-pose.
Alright, so since SGA will not be a class next year, year, obviously that is a challenge that the officers will have to face because we're not going to have the in-class time to work on events such as planning for Wildcat Wednesday and especially Dance Marathon because those do take a lot of time. But with that said, I'm completely willing to put in the time outside of school, after school, during lunch, and during my free period next year to be able to make these things happen and make them as enjoyable for the students. So yeah, I'm just 100%, 110% committed to putting time in outside of school to make sure that everything
Okay, so now we're going to have closing statements, 1 minute each. Starting with Chris.
Well, I just want to thank you all for coming out to the debate today. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come out and listen to what we had to say. I'm really excited to see what next year holds, and this year, I'm hoping to get your vote so I can be your vice president next year and make these things that I said before. I can make those things happen to make next year very memorable for us and make everyone's time at East just an overall more enjoyable experience. So again, thanks for coming out, and I hope to get your vote.
Under a Boyer regime, East Capitol will see unprecedented success. I recognize that there are small things that student government can do that do not require a ton of planning that would still generally benefit the average student. The legacy of the Boyer regime for generations. A vote for Skylar Boyer is a vote for success. And a vote for Skylar Boyer is a vote for you.